Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. As you can see, I'm so excited to talk wrestling in today's video that I'm wearing one of my referee shirts, and we'll talk wrestling coming up here in a couple of minutes. But first, I want to give a quick Braves update. I have not talked about the Braves in a couple of weeks, but after yesterday's game, it is now officially the All-Star break, which they call it the midway point of the season, but it's way past the midway point. It's never been the actual midway point, but they've backed up the All-Star game so much that now it's not even close. It used to be you would play 88, 89 games in the first half, which technically 81 games is the halfway point because of playing 162, but 88 or 89 games is not bad. But this year the Braves have had two games that have been rained out. One they've made up, one they still have not. So the Braves have played 95 games, but some teams have played 97, 98 games out of 162. So it's way past the halfway point. But they call it the halfway point. So there's no more Braves baseball until Friday. They kick off the second half, as baseball calls it, on Friday against the Cardinals. Right now they're 53 and 42 at the break. In second place in the division behind the Phillies, who I still don't think the Braves will catch. But it just goes to show how funny baseball is. The Phillies swept the Dodgers, and honestly, the games weren't even really remotely competitive. The Phillies dominated the Dodgers. They sweep them, and then they come back and lose 2 out of 3 to the A's, who are one of the worst teams in baseball. Not the worst, but one of the worst. But the Braves are just stuck in what seems like neutral. They could pretty much play 500 ball the rest of the season and win 87 games, and I believe that would still make the playoffs. If they only had one wild card team, it may not, but I think with 3 wild card teams, 87 wins gets you in the playoffs. But you would like to at least get a little bit hot and get to 90 wins. 90 wins looks way better than 87, but they just cannot seem to get going. They'll win 3 in a row, lose the next 2. They'll win 2, lose the next 2. They'll win 3 again and lose the next 2. And they just can't seem to get a good winning streak going. And then when they lose, for the most part, they lose 2 or 3. But they're still on pace to make the playoffs. But I don't think I've ever seen a team that in one season, half the lineup just falls apart. You can't include Jared Kelenic because he wasn't there last year. And you can't include Rosario because after last season, the Braves let him go. They just recently brought him back. Now, he was hitless yesterday, but up until yesterday, he's done a pretty good job since the Braves re-signed him. But Ozuna has gotten way better. Ozuna's hitting .303 with 26 homers and 77 RBIs. He had 40 home runs last year. He's on pace for closer to 45 this year and around 120 RBIs. That's a phenomenal season. But you've got Matt Olson only hitting .229 with 13 home runs, and that's pitiful. Now, he had 54 home runs last year. If you expected that again, you're crazy. But he should at least get 30 or 35 every year. He might not get 25 this year. But not just Olson. Austin Riley's not hitting as good. Arcia's not hitting as good. Sean Murphy's not hitting as good. And before Acuna got hurt, he wasn't hit as good. And I just don't know how an entire lineup just falls apart in one off season. And outside of Ozuna, the team this year is just not hitting the ball consistently. Albies is about the same, but he's not a run producer. So for Albies to do 270, 275 is about his normal, but he's not a home run guy. He's not a run producer. He's just an on base guy. So really what he's doing don't make a difference. But the rest of the guys just aren't hitting. And it's very strange to see a whole lineup just fall apart in one off season. But like I said, second half starts on Friday against the Cardinals. Now let's go ahead and talk some SWA Resurrection, because if you were not there Saturday night, you missed an incredible show. We had 6 matches that included our cage match, our brass knuckles on a pole match, our street fight. All that was Saturday night, plus more. We also had a tables match where we crowned a new SWA New Blood champion, and Big Bad Brando defeated Tower. And of course, Billy Starr was the special guest referee in that match. And our next show at Resurrection is coming up on August the 10th, the second Saturday in August. 244 Livestock Road is the address. I would encourage you to go ahead and get your tickets now, because our next big show will be in October. It'll be called Fightmare, as it is every year. I know October seems like a long way away, but really the way time flies, it's not that far away at all, especially considering football starts next month. And once football starts, the rest of the year flies by, especially because you'll have high school football on Fridays, college football on Saturdays, NFL on Sunday and Monday, and then the week college football starts, you won't have college football on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So it'll be October before you know it. So go ahead and come on out to 244 Livestock Road, Easton Nolly, Georgia, on August the 10th, and watch all the fallout from SWA Resurrection. And I promise you, you will not find a more entertaining wrestling show for a cheaper price. $5 is the normal SWA ticket price. It was $10 Saturday night because we had a tables match and a street fight and a cage match. But most of the shows are only $5, and you can't beat that. Any thoughts on this, please feel free to let me know. Today's dad joke of the day is more of a did you know, and I've did a few of these did you knows because they make some people laugh, and a lot of them sound like something a kid might say, but you stop and think about it and you're like, you know what, that's actually true. But did you know that each time you light your lighter gets lighter until your lighter gets so light that it won't light? And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.